Hello, YouTube. It's what she said, 6:32.
Cyber Ninjas finally releasing the results from the audit of the election. Almost
That's the hot news in Arizona today.
KTAR
So probably hot national news, to be honest.
From the news center for our live
Are they still covering that live? Holy crap. So, September 24th. Oh, nice headlights, dude. Oh, shit, mine aren't on either. Whoops. September 24th, 2021, Friday night. I'm doing the exact same thing I did a week ago on this vlog. I'm leaving Bullocks a little later than I probably should, and hoping to make it to my, yeah, I already heard these headlights. Hoping to make it to U-Store before 7 o'clock when they cut it off. Yeah, I mean, by cut it off, I mean the automated gate. It has a timer. Like if you hit that code after 7 o'clock, it doesn't let you in. So, and I'm encountering the same kind of traffic I encountered this time last week. So, yeah, I'm realizing this is kind of a different. That like my Friday has changed without me even really realizing it's changed, because this is the second week I'm doing this, trying to get down there before 7 to unload some gear. And yeah, I've never done that before, because for the longest time, well, not the longest time, but for a substantial amount of time, everything just stayed there at Bullocks, except for my computer, and everything went in the computer case. Like, I've got room to stash all my stuff all week long there. Well, everything I use there, not all my stuff. That takes up like 5 storage units in an apartment. But yeah, everything that I use at Bullocks is I've been stashing it there for quite some time. In fact, I went an extended period where I didn't have my car, and I surprisingly got along just fine between light rail, bus, and scooter. In fact, I don't think I ever had anybody give me a ride. I did just fine, getting there, because I was able to keep my equipment there. I can generally transport myself without a car. It's just when audio-video equipment is involved, DJ equipment is involved, it becomes a little bit more complicated. But anyway, yeah, I need to give myself more leeway, because apparently this is normal traffic for 6:30 to 6:40 p.m. on a Friday. And that sucks. Oh, so gosh, what was I going to talk about? It's just become habit at this point. Like, get in the car. Do I have space on the phone? Yeah, I got space on the phone. Fuck it. Hit record. Stick it in the mount. Hit record. Spew off at the mouth. Yeah, I should probably talk about last night's show at Bullocks. While that's still semi-fresh on my mind. I kind of wanted to do it last night after the show, but last night was a very mentally taxing show, and towards the second half, like, not only was it mentally exhausting, but I was just physically tired. And I'm sure part of that's from the fact I haven't been sleeping very well lately, but I think a lot of it just comes from, and I've mentioned several times on this vlog, I feel like I have undiagnosed high-functioning autism. My daughter has shown me a bunch of checklists of what the symptoms are, and I have the bulk of them. And so that said, when I'm there, I have to expend a lot of energy, like mental energy, to try to mask that I'm mentally different from normal people that are there, and try to put on a front of yeah, just trying to put up that sort of a front. The autism community generally refers to it as masking, and with all the other stuff I'm going on, is sometimes it is just really it takes a lot out of me, mentally, and that kind of manifests itself physically, and I feel like I was doing that way more than normal last night, and at a couple points to the point where I not adequately. And I had a guy, I know he's a regular there, I've seen him before, I've never really talked to him before, but called me rude, and I suppose objectively I probably was a little rude to him, although personally I find it acceptable if somebody's being completely fucking rude to be completely fucking rude right back. If you're approaching a karaoke DJ or a DJ or anybody in any kind of service industry and you're asking something of them, I don't think it's too much to ask, not demand, but ask in a full and complete sentence that can be understood, which is not what happened. Dude came up to me, got about 6 inches from my face. Hello, we're supposed to be socially distancing. You need to back up about fucking 5.5 feet. Got like well within my bubble, and he's taller than me, which I don't feel like I suffer short man's disease, but when I was 16 I was 5'2". So even though I'm not particularly short now, I'm pretty average. I'm 5'10" ish, a little bit taller than 5'10". There are a lot of people that are taller than me, a lot of guys that are taller than me. And I still, even though it was so long ago, I still have vivid memories of what it's like to be short. When I was 16, my driver's license, I remember very vividly, I was 5'2". And I didn't really hit a growth spurt until after high school. When I left high school in the middle of my senior year, I was still probably only about 5'4", so very short guy through high school. So, you know, in those formative years, I was always the short kid in school. So, you know, kind of a late bloomer, which is a good thing. Now at 51 years old, nobody believes I'm in my 50s. So it's a blessing to look younger than I am. But it was not a blessing to be in the locker room in freshman PA with absolutely no pubic hair. Throwing that out there. And it was not a blessing to be 16 years old and 5'2". I mean, I dealt with it, you know. It just is what it is. There's certain physical attributes you can't change. I mean, I could work out, I could make myself more muscular. You know, you can control quite a bit through diet and exercise, but height is not one of those things that can be controlled through that. So anyway, on that note, if somebody really tall gets way too close to a person that they're substantially taller than, it is kind of an intimidating thing. And I certainly try not to get really close to people that I'm significantly shorter than and look right down at them, because it's kind of an intimidating thing. It's kind of a bully tactic. At least I feel when I'm on the receiving end of it, like it's a bully tactic. So anyway, yeah, this guy's substantially, you know, bigger and taller than I am, and he got really too close. And the only thing he had to say to me was, and I quote, "Beady beady bum bum, yeah, you beady beady bum, beady beady bum bum, beady beady bum bum." I don't think there's anything I could have possibly done or said that was more rude than that, especially considering that I'm there and I'm very busy doing something. And at which point I just simply responded, "Are you wanting to sing a song?" "No, I want her to sing Beady Beady Bum Bum." Points at a woman who calls herself Her, which I think is a great stage name. And I like her a lot. She's someone I'll hang out with during happy hour, and I find her very attractive, and I think she's a pretty cool person. But, yeah, he's like, "Well, he wants me to sing that." Cool. Why is he bugging me if he's not the one singing it? Like, I don't understand why the flow of that wasn't, "Hey, you should sing blah blah song," and her going, "Yeah, that sounds cool, I should," and then her walk up to talk to me. Like, why is this guy in my personal bubble looking down over me in a bullying fashion, going, "Beady beady pum pum, beady beady pum pum." Why is that happening? You know. At which point I told him, it's like, oh, she wants to sing it. Okay, I need to talk to her, so I just need you to back up. And apparently me telling him he needed to back up was like rude. And it's like, and then as I'm talking to her and letting her know, it's just like, yeah, it's like, I'm busy as hell. I just really need you to write that down. And this is her second song. It's not the first time she sang with me. I mean, so she knows I need things written down. It's, you know, so there's not the, well, I don't know. But yeah, you do know, because you've been told numerous times. You've written your songs down numerous times. So, and I'm not even really pushing it with her, because I can barely have a conversation with her, because Big Bully Man is right over my shoulder going, "Bitty bitty bum bum, bitty bitty, I heard a bitty bitty bum bum." And I'm trying to have a conversation with her. And at one point in the middle of that, I just looked at him. I said, you know, I'm trying to have a conversation here that doesn't concern you. At this point, you're not singing. If you could just back up, that'd be great. Dude, that's really fucking rude. He calls me rude. After all of that, he calls me rude. I'm like, you know what? So I've explained what needs to be done, and not doing it and getting up in my face about it. Not following directions when you were very plainly and courteously told them, that is rude. You're the one that's being rude, sir. And he just like gave me this dirty look and walked off. Well, to my surprise, the one of the owners, Raina, was there, and I love Raina to death. I've actually lately, it's kind of become my Wednesday morning routine to go have breakfast with her. Not like I'm eating breakfast with her, but she's always the bartender on, actually not Wednesday morning, my bad, Thursday morning. She's always the bartender. Gosh, now I'm second guessing myself whether it's Wednesday or Thursday morning. I think it's Thursday morning. Maybe it's both. But I know, like on a pretty weekly basis, I've been having breakfast with her. And, like, not eating with her, but I mean, she's the bartender and she's the one taking my order and stuff. And we chat and love Raina to death. And I feel like she's actually coming more from a point of, from a point of just concern for me, because she's like, after you walked away, maybe, like 4 minutes later, 5 minutes later, she came up. Wow, I cannot believe how much traffic there is at 6:44 p.m. Of course, I'm off KTAR, so I'm not catching any traffic reports right now. But God, I couldn't hear any more about that election cyber ninja crap. Sick of it. Anyway, yeah, so Rainy comes up and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing all right." And granted, I was a little high strung at the time, and yeah, I'm very stressed out about my finances, but I'm trying to put that aside. And to be fair, I don't think that was really where my head was. I mean, my reaction was completely based on this guy just leering over my head, screaming "bitty bitty bip bip, bitty bitty bip bip," when he's not even. You're not singing the song, dude. It's like, it plainly says on every book that I have that you can only put in songs for yourself. And on the screens, it says to request a song, artist, and title in your name. Your name is not the same thing as somebody else's name. So that pretty much implies that you can only put in songs for yourself. So yeah, like, if you want somebody else to sing a song, by all means, tell that person that you'd like them to sing a song, but don't be up in my face, leering over me like some kind of a bully, screaming "bitty bitty bum bum," completely out of context, like a fucking caveman. Not cool. So anyway, she's Raina's like, "Were you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right." She goes, "Well," and she said his name, his gangsta name, which is not a real name. I forget what it is. It's laughably funny though. Said, "Yeah, he told me that you were like really rude to him." I'm like, "Me? Really rude to him? Oh my God." I said, "That guy was so rude to me and in my face." She goes, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." And I kind of, like, not at length as I just did here, but I kind of in short kind of explained what he was doing and how, that somebody he came up with somebody else was wanting to put in a song. And as I was trying to talked to her about putting in her song, that he kept just leering over me, screaming "beady beady bum bum, beady beady bum bum." Like, dude, if you just like, I just need you to back up because And she's like, okay. She goes, well, you know, we just need to be accommodating of everybody, which is fair. I mean, especially from a bar owner standpoint, and you know, and definitely, I'm trying to be accommodating of everybody, but holy crap, like they, you know, he's not even singing a song. How am I accommodating him? How do I need to accommodate him? Other, you know, I told him, yeah, you're not. I need to tell you. She wants to sing it. Got it. You want her to sing it? I need to talk to her. It's like you need to back up. I don't know. I feel like I was being about as accommodating as I could be with this guy, but I don't know. I'm assuming it passed. The situation passed, and you know, she's like, that's pretty much all she said on the subject. She took off. And actually, when she first approached, I was just kind of surprised to see her. I'm like, whoa, you're here late, because it was after 11. And she's like, yeah, I was just finishing up the last of my paperwork, which is, honestly, I'm kind of surprised she puts in those hours. Like, that's impressive. Because I know she's there, you know, at 11 a.m. and opening to serve drinks and serve food. And it was like 12 hours earlier, and I'm confident she didn't get there at 11. I'm sure she probably got there, you know, an hour earlier, more or less, just to do the things necessary to open up to be ready. So, wow, that's some commitment that a lot of owners are not willing to, you know, paying somebody else to do. So, yeah, no issues with Raina. I love Raina to death. But yeah, it's kind of a thing. Like, and I can only imagine how this guy tried to paint me as the bad guy, as the rude guy, you know. And I tell you, it's times like that I wish I had some kind of recording device that record, like, you know, and maybe I'm just becoming a vlog junkie, but to just record like my interactions with everybody, just so I can play it back. I'm like, Raina, yeah, get a load of this guy. Get a load of what, like the guy calling me rude, like get a load of his rude behavior and what he did to her, and the reaction he got from me, which wasn't particularly rude. It was just simply me asking him to back up. Okay, so you can't see it right now because I don't have a rear-facing camera, but there's a guy in the left lane, and I'm trying to change lanes, and he has no headlights on, and it is definitely dark right now. I could barely see him when I change lanes. I have the construction here, but it doesn't look like it's holding stuff up. So it's 6:50. Looks like I'm making it in time to drop off my gear. So in spite of traffic, I did all right. So it looks like if I as long as I allot myself at least 30 minutes, I'm good to go on this drive. So, yay. Anyway, so that was the biggest issue I had people-wise last night, and it threw me off for a while. It's something like that, just because I am a little mentally off. Something like that, just it's hard for me mentally to recover from it and get back into the groove of the show. Now, I don't think I ever actually lost the groove of the show, to be honest, but still, there was a while when people that came up and talked to me after that where I was definitely on the nervous and weird and kind of shaken side for a while. And I do actually think I had one of my more understanding singers that came up and asked, it's like, yeah, I saw that. Are you all right? I'm like, yeah. You all right? I'm just, God, I just don't need that shit. But anyway, yeah, that was the biggest drama for me last night. When I got to the bar today, Jim, Raina's husband, the other owner, he was behind the bar, and I was a little bit nervous, you know, because it's only been like 2 weeks since he chewed me out for a similar type situation, and I was definitely more in the wrong on that particular one. I just drove right by my storage and did not see it. I almost never come from this direction, so it always kind of throws me off coming from here. I absolutely did not see it. Yeah, the used store sign doesn't light up very well. And when they light it up, it's like one of those vinyl temporary signs. So when they light it up, the old Packin' Store sign is still behind it. So it ends up, yeah, y'all jaywalking, you're good. Yeah, it's not a legible sign, but I didn't even see it at all driving by. It would help I was paying more attention to where I'm going rather than complaining about last night's beady beady bum bum moron. Yep, no, the sign is not lit up at all. Definitely not. Yay! I love making it on time. I made it on time.
Hurry.
I will. I just got 2 things I got to pull out. I'll be in and out like that.
Okay.
That's the manager right there. Ooh, I can hear some tapping on my valves. That's not a good sign. Especially considering I just rebuilt this motor. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. I'm going to cut this off right now. Thanks for watching.